perspective. Best kept childish. Childish people obey. Children make the best customers. They have no sales resistance. Since Plato, a long string of utopian thinkers has worked to supply society's managers with algorithms which lead to childish lives. They all begin with wiping the slate as clean as possible of close emotional ties to family, to religion, and so on. All these things interfere with the authority of managers, and no loyalty is more dangerous than self-respect in independent minds and characters, which open source learning virtually guarantee. That's why schools function as they do, as environments actively hostile to open source strategy. They're built to serve different purposes. I think at this point, I'm going to give you like a 7-minute break, and I'm going to sit here and just rest my voice, because we're getting to the good part. You know, this flu, and we have a little time emergency here. So I've done what good directors do when the movie is running too long. I hear they grab pages out of the script and throw them away, and that's why you can't figure out from one cut to the next what the connection is. Anyway, I call this section the honor roll. And part of it, one or two of the names you've heard. Craig Venter, the beach bum, instrumental in giving the world the first map of the human genome, was born in 1946. School bored Venter out of his mind, an offense he punished by driving his teachers crazy. And he staggered through junior high school, staggered out of school into a buck private role in the U.S. Army over in Vietnam, where he became a medical corpsman. It was there he learned to despise bureaucracy and got the shock of his life with heads and hands laying all over the place. And that shocked him into a solidly responsible life. His book, A Life Decoded, has only been out a couple of months. It's certainly worth reading. Franklin Delano Roosevelt had a C average in high school and a C average in college. John F. Kennedy had a C average in high school and a C average in college. The next one won't surprise you. George W. Bush had a C average in high school and a C average in college, but this might surprise you. Bush's C average was 1 point higher than Senator John Kerry's C average. Al Gore flunked out of his first college and squeaked through his second with a C- average. Dick Cheney, the famous vice president, flunked out too. When his SAT scores in language and math are added together, the legendary progressive senator Paul Wellstone scored 800 as a total. Now it's true that in his day, the max was only 1,600, where now I believe it's 2,400. But still, that's a 50. America's global computer dominance arose, as I told you, from men without college degrees. Ted Turner, founder of the worldwide news service CNN, dropped out freshman year. William Faulkner, one of our Nobel Prize authors, got a D in English in his freshman year in college, and dropped out then and there, never to return. Warren Avis, who pioneered auto rentals at airports, considered college, but decided against it as a waste of time and money. Ed Hamilton, the nation's largest independent mail-order book dealer, told me the time and money he saved by not going to college gave him a real head start over his competition and was the foundation of his eventual success. Sean Fanning, whose invention of Napster at age 18 almost ruined the multi-billion-dollar music industry, was hired by that industry at age 24 in 2007 to come up with a plan to save it. Sean has no college, and he told the paper that I read this interview in, he has no plans to get any college. Lew Wasserman, who more than anyone else created modern Hollywood with his colossal MCA talent agency, had no college and almost no attendance in high school. Although he has a high school diploma, he preferred instead to work full-time as a movie usher beginning at age 13. So how did he get a diploma working as a movie usher? In an interesting fashion, he approached the school principal with a deal the administrator could not refuse. In exchange for a diploma, but he wouldn't attend classes, Wasserman smuggled first-run films out of the theater in the morning before it opened, took them to the high school where they were screened for an admissions price, got them back to the theater before it opened. The school was able to use the money earned to buy band instruments and uniforms, so the principal looked like a hero to parents. He used the time saved from copying notes off blackboards to set up MCA, signing stars when he's still a teenager like Fred Astaire and the Gish sisters to long-term contracts. The legal instruments he created as a teenage boy with no legal training at all are still used as models in law school today for show business and litigation. And if that seems far-fetched to any of you, just remember Shen Wen Rong and the Phoenix Steel Plant in Dortmund, Germany, or Marilee Jones in the MIT admissions office. Warren Buffett, once again as I speak the world's richest man, began in business at the age of 6, selling ice-cold Coca-Cola and chewing gum door to door in Depression-era Omaha, that's age 6. By stages, he added other businesses to his string. He sold retrieved golf balls in bulk to the Club Pro Shop. He sifted discarded racetrack betting tickets in bulk, searching for winners accidentally thrown away. He set up a mass production newspaper delivery operation in which he personally could deliver 1,500 papers. He rented pinball machines to barber shops and split the take 50-50, and this is all before Warren was 15. From the age of 13, he supported himself completely, and by age 18, he had the present-day equivalent of $100,000 in the bank when the Wharton Business School turned him down for admission. Schools don't even hint at the existence of such a road to self-sufficiency. Imagine if 60 million trapped school children were set to actively imagining personal ways to add value to the general community, just like Buffett did at their age. Suppose from kindergarten, boys and girls were flooded with examples of how opportunity can be developed and managed. Wouldn't our country be crowded with Buffetts, inventors,